But yeah, welcome, Ukulele Yuko. All right, how's it, everybody? Kaili here at Ukulele Puapua in Waikiki, Hawaii. Just wanted to say welcome back. If you're back here again, watching from one of our previous streams, thank you so much for joining us. Everybody on Instagram, aloha. Thank you for joining us, and everybody on Facebook and YouTube, how's it? Thank you guys for joining us again. Today we are going to talk about another Anuenue. So I'm kind of going down the line on this series, and like, part of me wants to make sure that we have all of these things in stock, but the other part of me is like, I know we need to sell it. So as you can see behind me, there's an empty spot here, and right behind this one, which is the one I talked about last week, there was one on display for a very short period of time, and someone bought it. So we may not have the next model available, but the one today we're going to be talking about is the Anuenue Moon Bird concert, of which we have two. We already sold one. That's another one up there. We have another. Actually, this is the tenor up here, and then we have another one in stock. So basically, I'm going to go over the concert today, and then Thursday, if you guys want to tune in, I'll talk about the tenor. So real quick, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to put it in the comments, either on Instagram or wherever you are on Facebook or YouTube. Shuichi, aloha. Welcome back. And so yeah, without any further ado, I am going to bring up the star of the show today. Let me bring the camera down here. Just so you guys know, I'm on Instagram over here, and I'm on Facebook and YouTube here. So if there's any first timers here, that's what's happening. So yeah, so let me see if I can get my angles right here. All right, so this is the Anuenue Moon Bird series. For you guys on Instagram, here's the logo. And everybody else, here's the logo. Anuenue is the Hawaiian word for rainbow. So that's what that stands for on top of the petroglyph here. If you guys didn't know, you can look up Hawaiian petroglyphs. That's what the logo is based on. Its petroglyphs is the ancient Hawaiians carved into rocks. Some people still do it today. They're kind of reviving the practice, but yeah. As you can see, it is very glossy. There's a really high gloss finish on here. You can really see the grain because of it really well. And you can see that it has a cutaway here. This cutaway is very different. So the tenor is like this too. So you have the normal shape here, and then it kind of curves a little bit early and goes into the wood, and then you have the side here like this, a little bit angled there. So that's a unique cutaway for me from what I've seen. And basically that right there kind of gives you access to the higher frets a little bit easier. You can still play by like going over the body here, but this cutaway gives you higher access. And the way they did it, it still sounds really good. Usually when you do a cutaway, it doesn't sound as full as it could be, but I don't really notice, that much of a loss of tone. So yeah, so let's get into the details here. The head plate right here, as you can see, it's all black. That is ebony. And we have Goto planetary geared tuners. So if you look closely, these look like the old friction tuners, right? And but if you look to the side, you'll see that this part right here is thicker. That has gears inside them. So these are actually geared tuners. They're just made to look like the friction tuners. The gear ratio is a little bit smaller than the sideways facing ones, so you'll get up to the notes that you're looking for quicker, but it's still a small enough ratio or a wide enough ratio so that you can actually fine tune it too. So I really like Goto geared tuners for a lot of reasons, and including the ones I just mentioned. If you look at the nut and saddle, same thing here. Anuenue tells us that it is buffalo bone. And if you remember what I said last time, these do not feel synthetic. These actually feel like bones. So I've never actually touched bone saddles or nuts before until I got my hands on this one. I've even played classical guitars, and I really never actually touched one. And it does feel different. It doesn't feel synthetic. The fretboard here, the fretboard, as you can see, is also black. Try to give you some different lighting here. That is also ebony. Okay, but if you look at the fret markers close up, you'll see the series, the Moon Bird series, has the different phases of the moon as the fret markers. So you have like a waning, waxing crescent here, and then it just waxes to a full moon to the 12th fret. Actually, 15th fret here is a full moon. And those are made of spalted maple. So if you can see, especially on the full moon, you can see the maple has some figuring in there. That's spalted maple. The side markers on the side of the player, on the top side, as you can see, these are white. Probably made from coriander or something. Next is the neck. Oh, that's a mistake there. I'll fix that. So the neck is actually mahogany, which is standard practice. If you don't know, you have to you waste a lot of wood when you carve this shape into the neck. You get a lot of wood chips flying off. So the common practice nowadays, even for a lot of guitars, is to use mahogany for the neck so that you're not using a wood that's more endangered. Okay, and then you have the soundboard here. The soundboard is actually, they call it Moon Bird spruce, and it is solid spruce. And you also have a rosette here that's spalted maple. It's really nice. It's a little bit offset, which I like. Like all their Moon Bird series have that little offset. I like, it's a nice touch. And as you can see on the edge here, there's kind of a slight dip in the wood here, kind of. This is kind of like the armrest that you'll see on a lot of Taylor guitars. It's a lot more subtle though. You can barely even feel it, but the edges are really smooth. Next is the side and back. If you can't tell by now, if you look closely, this is actually, from what they tell us, this is solid Indian rosewood. It sounds really nice. Rosewood is one of the most expensive, Indian rosewood is one of the most expensive woods you can use. And the binding is also rosewood. So you can see it easier from the top. It does actually have binding. It's kind of hard to see unless you look closely on the body. All right, I mentioned the rosette has spalted maple. The bridge here is listed as rosewood. It actually kind of looks like ebony to me. So yeah, I'm not quite sure there. And then you have buffalo bone for the saddle. I mentioned that. And then Anuenue Blackwater strings. You have black strings, black nylon strings here. They feel and sound very similar to, I don't know if you guys have played it before, but these old Hilo strings. So they were like kind of semi-glossed as opposed to like what Kamaka uses is very glossed. So a little bit more resonance out of it somehow. All right, so now the pièce de résistance, the part that everybody's waiting for, right? The star of the show is the ukulele. So I'm gonna bring my cameras down here so you guys can see better. I'm gonna do a play test. I'm gonna strum in 3 areas, which are the 3 tonal areas that I feel are the most important for ukulele, kind of for guitar too. So there. I'm gonna strum right over the neck joint here, over the hole, and by the bridge. I'm gonna pick here, here, and here. Same 3 places again. All right. If you look closely, that's the 3 places where a lot of professional ukulele players will strum for their different tones that they have. So I'll strum here real quick. I'm just gonna play like I'll play Surf. Everybody, if you're from Hawaii, you know this song. Okay, so here we go. I'll go here. And I'll go back here. And then I'm going to pick here real quick. And then with my pointer finger. And then I'll do like classical style, finger style. I'll pick here. And I'll go with my pointer finger. And then classical style or finger style. And then back here. So, if you guys have any requests, if you want me to play anything on this, feel free to ask. The worst I can say is I don't know it. But yeah, feel free to make any requests. I'll check in here in the comments. Yeah, I don't really have anything right now, but let's see. I'll just try. This is one of my favorite progressions. It's a 2-5-1. So it's, in this case, in the key of C, it's D minor 7, G7, and then C major 7 or C. Okay, so. All right. So if you guys are interested in this, just so you know, on Facebook and YouTube in the description, I should have the link to our site, so you can take a closer look at it. Yeah, it's on Facebook and it's on YouTube. So go ahead and click on that link. I'll give you guys a few minutes to do that. Also, let me see if I can screen share real quick. Right here? No, this one. So I just want you guys to look at that real quick. You can see these pictures are really, really nice. Sometimes the pictures actually look a lot better than on video here. But if there's any more pictures you want me to take, any more like close-up pictures you want me to take, feel free to text us. You can actually find our information at the bottom of all of our pages. You have our contact information right there. That number is the store phone that I'm using right now for Instagram. Okay, so here's some of the pictures here. You can look close up. As you can see, it's very reflective because of all that gloss. There's the Anuenue logo. Yeah, so feel free to look at that. By the way, the Moon Bird series come with these original Anuenue hard cases. They're really well made, especially on the inside. That's my favorite. It's kind of reminiscent of, it kind of reminds me of like some Komako cases, but yeah, with Anuenue flair to them. So, and then as you can see, the price here is $13.98. And on top of that, if you look here, let's see if I can zoom in real quick. If you look right here, it says pay in full or in 4 free interest-free installments of $349.50 with Shop Pay. And you guys can click on there to learn more. Also, like I said, we have 2 models that are available online, or 2 units of the same model here. So you guys can click on the serial number here. That's how all our ukuleles work. If we have more than one variation, you'll see it listed by serial number here. All right. Just so you know, this one that I just showed you and played for you is the AK08183, which is this first one. And the second one is the other one. I've seen them both. They sound and look awesome, guys. So feel free to check those out. And then tune in on Thursday because I'm going to tell you all about the. Let me bring this up here. I'm going to tell you all about that tenor up there. All right, guys. So, and then for Instagram, the tenor right here. All right. So, you guys take care and send us all your questions. Feel free to call us, email us, text us, whatever works for you. All right. So, we'll see you on Thursday. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. If you can, feel free to like, subscribe, and share this video wherever you're at to all your people that you know are ukulele nerds like myself. So take care, everybody. Aloha.